Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Little unusual one today. We've got a 3 Series BMW convertible in, roof not working. Not too unusual for these things, there's usually a multitude of faults with them not working. After a bit of diagnosis, I found that the pump wasn't running. So what we've done is we actually pulled the pump out. Pulled the end off the pump. As you can see, in there is what we call the armature windings, and at the end here we've got the 2 brushes. Now when I've pulled this off the end of the armature, these 2 brushes should have popped out. As you can see, they haven't, and what's actually the problem here is that the brushes are stuck. Because they're stuck, they're not going on to the end of the armature, therefore the windings aren't getting any power to turn the motor. So what we're going to do here is we're going to blow these out, clean them all off, get them moving nice and freely so they can slide, and we'll pause the video now. I'll bring it back once I've given them a wee clean, show you what's going on. Right, so what I've done, just to kind of try and show you this, I've cleaned out the brush on this side. As you can see, if you look through that gap, there's a spring sits in this section here, which is meant to push the brush out, like so, as we see. If I just grab that bar here, maybe see it better, that should be nice and springy like that. If I let that go, it just springs out. Okay, as you can see, the one on the other side is not moving at all. So that's what we need to do. We need to clean these up. So I'll pull them both out, clean them up 100%, and then I'm going to put the motor back together and see if we can get the roof going up and down for the customer. Hopefully a nice wee cheap fix rather than flinging the part in the bin like most people do and buying a new one. So let's try that and see how we got on. Right, as we can see, I'm going to move either way with my finger. Brushes are now springing out quite easily. So as I say, we will put this back together. This is where the brushes should be sitting against. You basically put energy into the coil to make the motor go, and if the brushes aren't touching these parts of the coil, you obviously can't get any power into the motor, therefore the motor doesn't turn like it. That's why they've got to be sprung loaded, so they keep a nice gentle pressure against that. Brush is made in a sort of degradable material, if you want to call that, that will eventually wear down as time goes on. As it wears down, the brush goes further and further in till such times as they wear out. But as you can see with these ones, there's plenty left on them. Simple fact is they've just been stuck like it. So we're going to now fling this back together. I need both hands on the camera out the road for this job because it's a bit footery. But I'm going to put this back together and we'll show you where the motor goes, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. Okay, that's our pump there. That's our motor that we had on the bench there. The hydraulic pump valve block, the oil there, that all just sits in there in the boot of these cars. So we've got it all back together, diagnosed what the fault was. Hopefully we've got it fixed, and we'll plug it all back in now and run initialisation back on the computer and see if the roof works. Fingers crossed. Just to finish off, here we go. We'll get my colleague there to work the roof. Absolutely amazing how these things work. All the way back in. Nice as you like. Put it back up again for me, please. Nice and smooth. Back in now. Another one fixed. I hope you enjoyed that, and obviously like and subscribe to the channel. We'll try and give you some more interesting content. Till the next time, there we have it, the roof done. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.